Get started on this video. Let me see who's online. If you're online, and I go ahead and send a message so I know people are listening, and let's go ahead and get started with this. So first of all, as you guys know, I'm dropping tools. I'm making these cool dungeons for people, and I've had a couple orders besides the ones on eBay right now, and sometimes things, loud. Sometimes things just don't go right all the time, and so that's what I want to talk to you guys about, is things that go wrong. So this piece came out great. It's not what I'm here to show you. I'm just to use this as an example of straightness. So as you guys saw in another video that I printed, this one right here, and as I was printing it, it ran out of filament. It was so close to being done. I mean, we're talking only another ½ inch or something before it was done. So close. And then when I tried to reload more filament to continue it, it ended up getting shifted and then started printing it at an angle. And it's like, man, so this was one scrap. It's like, oh, and so close, but yet still scrapped. Scrapped. And then I just had this one. Now this one, I was first upset when I got the filament because the color is just so bright green. It's like, oh. And it's funny is I've printed from the same company before with their green, and it comes out just fine. In fact, I got one on my table over there. Let me go grab it. There we go. And this one, believe it or not, is supposed to be the same color green. I ordered it from the exact same supplier, everything, and it's like, how could it be so far off in color difference? And it's not like I can go and order this one because this is that one. It's like, So I did find another company now to get a better, closer green to what I'm looking for. So that will be cool. So the good news and bad news is this one is going to be scrapped, not because of the color, but because of the print. Hey, thanks for joining us. Let's see, we got Richard online and we got Juan online. Thanks, you guys. Yes, these are the pitfalls of customizing. So let me show you what's wrong with this. This is the part that goes against the bed, the glass bed. And you can see I got warpage really bad on this side, and actually every corner has a little bit of warpage to it. You can kind of see here how it's just warped a little bit. And for me, that's just too much, because if I go to try to sell this to a customer and you're going to put the floor on, especially this corner is the worst. You can see how far off this thing warped on me. And it's like, what happened? So I went and figured out what happened. Was my bed was not adhering like it should, and it looked fine for a while. In fact, I went and checked the print a couple times, looked at it was printing just fine, but it pulled off. So one of the guys here on YouTube was watching my videos, and he says, hey, why do you print them like this? Because that wastes a lot of material for this door. Why don't you flip it over and print it this way, and then it will save you the material? Now, I did think about this a long time ago, and I guess I'll see how it works. My fears are, if these supports here coming down off of this, that it may end up causing some issues because it's so far down from here to here. So we'll see what that causes, or if it works okay. But that might fix my warpage problem, because then if it does warp, the warp will be on the top, which will be fine, because then you put the jail cell on there. I'll just pull this off. There we go. Because then you put the jail cell on the top, and it's okay if it's warped a little bit, because it's just the top piece. It's not like a permanent structure like the bottom, where it should be totally flush. So that's my frustration. You can see the gap on the bottom down there. And if I was to put this on one of these floor pieces, you get to see how awful that would look. So the person that bought this one from me, good news is you're going to get a better color than this. bad news is I don't get the new plastic until Friday. I just ordered it a few minutes ago on Amazon. Now, for those of you that are watching this video or anybody else out there, I am going to offer the scrap parts online, starting bid $1. Basically, you'll only get just the shell, just like this. And this one will come just with this bright green shell. It's not going to be fixed at all. Just like you see it, there'll be all kinds of supports still on here. So these supports will probably still be on all the way around. And for this one, I'll pull the support off too. What the heck? It's ready to come off anyway. You'll get this and this messed up door. So you get 2 messed up pieces. And you could probably use these if you want to make your own dungeons if you want. But again, like I said, starting bid will be $1 for these. The shipping's still kind of high because obviously it still has to fit in the big box to be shipped to you. So I'll put these on probably in a few minutes on eBay so you guys can bid on them. It just stinks that they came out so awful. It's funny, I wasn't going to sell the messed up ones. And my wife's like, just throw them on eBay. Maybe somebody else will want them to finish up the customizing and do some extra work. I mean, a couple ways to fix this would be to take and sand these all flat. If you had some sort of large sanding belt sander or something, you could put it on there and at a slower RPM and sand it all flat, or you could build this up with plastic too or something else. Either way would work. I'm not going to do that to the person who paid for it because I don't want to give them a half jury-rigged part. But for those of you who want a discount on this, that might be a great way to go if you really can't afford the full dungeon, just to get a chunk and then remake the rest of the pieces yourself. Yeah, I'm not too happy with it. It's not nearly as cool as my finished ones. But if you want to see my finished ones, check out the link in the description. And I have a finished one on there right now. I believe the bid has gone up to $200 now. Originally it was $1. And the finished ones look really cool when they're actually done right. I come with resin, I sand them, I get all the parts just right. But for these ones, starting bid $1, starting bid $1. And they're the scrap pieces. Don't expect to get nice pieces. They're these messed up ones where it's got the thing all dented up. All right, that's enough about these. Let's talk about Stinkor. So, as you guys know, in my other video, I added some cotton balls inside Stinkor and then filled it full of the patchouli oil. And I had it to my wife to smell, and her whole face just scrunched up. So I put them in a baggie to try to contain the smell. And it's funny is my wife was going up the stairs the other day. We just got back from going somewhere. And she goes, what is that? She said, what are you painting up here? What's going on? She realized it was the patchouli oil that was in the stairwell of our house, which is pretty far away from this room I'm in right now. So it migrated across the upper living room and all the way around the hall and up into the stairwell, the smell of Stinkor. So I'm not going to open this bag right now because my wife, I asked her, hey, you want to smell it again? She's like, no, I'm not going to smell that again. So my kids are probably going to come over this weekend, and I'm going to have them give it a sniff, and we'll see how bad he smells now. Now, I'm sure that being in the bag, this probably building the stench up inside there, so it'll be kind of funny to see what they do. And, of course, I'll ask one of my granddaughters, the older ones, to give it a whiff, too, and we'll see. I'm thinking about putting them outside for a while in the open air and see if that might diminish his smell a little bit, because my wife has pointed out that it is really, really, really strong. So there we go. And I got some springs, and I told my wife that I named these springs Bruce. She's like, Bruce? I said, yeah, Bruce Springsteen. Anyway, I'm going to try to find these springs a home. I'm thinking about maybe using them in the battle ram to increase the power of the missile when it shoots out, because we know the Classics one does not shoot very far, so I'm hoping that these springs will answer that problem. But we'll find out if it does or not, so we'll give that a shot. Let's see. Mike says, that's a good funny prank for them. What's that stink? Yep. Hebrew equals quality. Hey, thanks, Richard. I appreciate that. All right, so if you guys want some messed up parts, I have them on eBay probably in about 10, 15, 20 minutes or less. And what? My ex-girlfriend smells like Stinkor. Oh, Was she hippie-ish and liked using the oil and stuff, or what's the deal, man? Now I want to know. Oh, I am thinking about making a She-Ra video that was like my He-Man video of all the figures. There were 60 items released in the 80s for She-Ra. And so one of my friends who was watching my He-Man video, she was like, why do I want to watch this? This is a boys toy video. I said, hey, 6% of my audience is females. So, you know, there are some females that do watch my videos. And so she goes, well, there's no She-Ra in it. How can you have saying you have everything and there's no She-Ra? So I'm going to give her a call later today or tomorrow and say, hey, do you want to do the She-Ra voice for me? Not She-Ra's voice, but do the video part of the She-Ra toys for me. So hopefully she says yes. And then you guys won't see my mug while someone talks about She-Ra. And hopefully she played with them as a kid. It sounds like she may have, so that could be kind of cool. So we'll have that video. Yes, Revelation. I wonder if it's already released, because sometimes they release it at midnight. I didn't check to see. Last night I fell asleep a little after midnight, but I didn't go back and check to see if it was already on there or not. But definitely going to watch. Let's see. Rick says didn't. Oh. All right. Well, oh, yes, it was pretty good. Well, that's cool. Well, don't tell us anymore because we haven't seen it yet. Hopefully this Saturday I'll have a video to talk about my feelings about it, and I might invite some other people along too. So let's not talk too much about Revelation now because it's too new to give spoilers. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I don't know if I'm going to have a video tonight or not, but for the person that bought this, I will be making a new one for you. Like I said, the plastic shows up on Friday. It will actually be a darker green, probably closer to this one like it's supposed to be. And so that's cool for you for both reasons. Now you get a better color, and stinky for my defect. But hopefully this defect will go to somebody who can use it and will enjoy it. So like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye now.